not the start intro screen again, but back to my screen. I know some people wanted to see. I was complaining about the enclosure. Yes, when you simulate stuff inside of Fusion, if you guys didn't know this, is I'm going to go ahead and simulate this. We could, of course, at the machine level, turn off the machine, turn on the machine. Now, this is where I currently am running a little different machine simulation. So let's go back to the normal machine sim. Elijah with the 10. Let's go, King Cobra. So safe retract option clearance height. All right, let me get that fixed. Where is our safe retracts? We do not want clearance height. We always want to go G53 in this case. I got to go ahead and post out some code to lock that in. And then with that being said, let's get back here. So let's do our machine sim this time around. Give her a sec to think. So again, when you guys are doing the simulation, to me, it just bothers me that it's on by default. It's no offense to Autodesk. I know how you guys build this. I love it. But you can always turn off the machine base in simulation, right? And as you guys can see, is we could go through and now run our simulation and see our whole machine work through everything. But if you're like me and you're just like, why is it even on in the first place, right? Because I love being able to look at stuff all upside down and backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and we're going to go ahead, edit our setup. We're going to edit our machine and give this a second to pull our machine up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to model. And what you're going to notice is you cannot machine edit while you're in the actual machine utilizing it against a setup. So this is the fun of popping out another window, switching back to manufacturer, go into my machine library. And with that, we're going to go in where, oh man, we got to remember where I just stuck that one. Technically, it's not going to matter. We could pull whatever machine we need to. Do we have it in here somewhere? I know I just downloaded it, right? So let's go in. We're going to say edit machine builder. And there was nothing more than a right click there. Now, as you can see, is if we are editing machine definition, now all you really need to do is to just make sure that you turn off the proper items, right? So again, as if you go into this list, not a great thing that these are all bodies for those of you that know me. But if I was to just turn off the static items, this is what Autodesk is referring to as the base. So again, when we look at the setup, the machine model, you have what's called the static item. This is what it's considering as the machine base, and that's what we're toggling off later. Now, you may want to up the ante and make it way cooler, which would mean is I only really want the casting, right? So again, as I'm clicking on the casting so that it will narrow me down to show me that, hey, there's the casting under the machine. Now, if that's the case, body 12 is I can actually edit and go ahead and choose only body 12, right? So again, the problem with this entire model right now is because it's not components. Now, I am going to say this one is one that we've messed with a lot, and it's an older machine sim. But because that stuff was never components, you can't pick and choose, which is why we built videos on how to organize these things best to your ability. But again, the idea is let's just turn it off visually here. When we edit our machine and machine builder, we're going to hit finish. And then with that being said, we could go back to those fishing lures, or in this case, that is our gear that we're working on. So remember, this is the Haas UMC 750 reboot. So again, we go back, we swap out that machine. We're gonna go into our Haas folder. There it is. You could see it's already turned off in the displayed image. And this is just me, guys. Maybe you guys think like me. Maybe you're like me. I don't have the enclosure in the way anymore. I don't have to worry about it. And just like that, I can actually see a lot better around my machine.